Hi everyone, it's Jana with Color and Create with Jana, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am sharing my completed pages for the month of March. So, to get started, I have here my coloring planner for 2026. This is a coloring planner that was created by amandacolours here on YouTube. I will link her and anybody else that I mentioned down in the description below in case you want to check them out, follow them, show them some love, all that good stuff. But yes, this is her coloring planner for the year, which I am using, and I absolutely love this planner. And I'm going to start off with my stats for the month, which are, what did I do? Okay, so for March, I had 5 buddy colors. I followed or participated in 11 prompts and or challenges. I completed 21 pages, worked in 12 books, 4 of which were uncolored. So not a bad month. Oh, and I did 7 bookmarks, which I will show probably at the end of the video. But for my first page, I will show you that I completed very quick, simple, easy, super cute page is this one. With this planner, each month comes with a coloring page, which is exclusive to this planner. And March's page was created by Amanda herself. So again, super cute. I think I had this done in like 10-15 minutes. So I used Ohuhu alcohol markers, a white gel pen, a grabby glitter marker, and silver Pentel Sparkle Pop, which the silver Pentel Sparkle Pop is here on the pen. And down here, I made it like the pen, this purple pen was, drew or made marks or something like that on these little doodads down here. So for those, I use the grabby glitter marker. And yeah, super simple, quick, easy page. It's color. Camera's picking up a little bit of the shine. So yes, that was the first page that I had colored for March in the planner. And I'm going to move this to the side and open up to my page details so we can get started. And okay, so we will start with the Kawaii Tarot Coloring Book by Lulu Mayo. And I believe I did four pages in here. Yes. Okay, so the first page I did was this one, the 4 of Wands. And I used Prismacolor pencils, Guangna acrylic brush markers, metallic watercolor paints by the Art Spirits for the border, which I do on all of the pages. There's some black fine liner, white Posca, and gold Pentel Sparkle Pop. So I was trying to make this page look very springy, where I just wanted like some bright spring colors. And I started off with the pinks and the like orangey color in the flower, but I thought it needed something else to kind of make it pop. So that's when I threw in the yellows. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. The acrylic brush marker was used on the blue on the background. And the metallic water paint, as I said, is around the border. And in the center of the flowers, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but the center of the flowers, or the yellow flowers at least, have the gold Pentel Sparkle Pop. So, and this was a buddy color with Jody at the JI Colourist. I'm going to move my page over and pop Jody's page up here. and she did a fantastic job on her page. It's it screams spring to me. I love her pink blossoms against her blue background, and it's just gorgeous. She did a fantastic job. Thank you, Jody, for doing this page with me, and I look forward to hopefully setting up some more buddies in this book. So again, that was the Four of Wands. Then, oh, before I forget, this was also done for Jess at the Colouring.Bumblebee hosts the Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt every month, and she usually has like 4 prompts, and one of the prompts was horn. So this, we have our little sloth here with his horn, so that went for that prompt as well. Then the next page that I worked on was the Page of Wands. And for this page, again, I used Prismacolor pencils, the Guangna acrylic brush marker, metallic watercolor paint, fine liner, white Posca, and gold Pentel Sparkle Pop. And again, I just wanted to make it kind of just bright and stand out, like springy colors. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the page. This also went towards the Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt for the prompt of beetle or bug, because we do have our beetle bug there, and there is a ladybug over here. So that fit perfectly for the prompt. And yeah, I had fun with this page. I pretty much started with the trees and worked my way down, and I didn't want to bring in too many colors for the flowers, so I limited it to just these purples and yellows. But then I figured, okay, it needs something else, and I decided to bring in this like tealy blue and the pink to make it kind of pop more. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the page, and it's another one done. So yay. So there was that one. Then the next one I did was the Three of Coins. And this was a buddy color with Jess at the Colouring.Bumblebee. And for her Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt, it covers the prompt of carousel. So let me see. For mine, again, I used pretty much the same things. I have been using Prismacolor pencils, acrylic brush markers, metallic watercolor paint, white Posca, Sparkle Pop, and I struggled with this one. I really didn't know what color palette to kind of go with. I knew that I wanted to bring in like a blue, teal, aqua kind of color. So I started with that, and then I brought in like the creams and the pinks, and then for a lot of like the characters or the birds and some of the teacups and whatnot, I brought in some purples. And yeah, I'm not like wowed by the page. It's okay. I'm glad it's complete. The last thing I left was the background, and I had no clue as to what color to do the background. I did not want to do it black. I didn't want to leave it white. I didn't know if I should throw maybe a yellow in or a pink, or I thought about blue, but I didn't want any blues to clash with the blue that was already in it. So I just went with the brush marker and found like a more muted, natural, I guess, beigey type of color, which after it was all done, I was like, eh. I mean, it's done and it looks okay, but I'm not wowed by it. So I don't know. But it's done. So I am going to move mine to the side, and I'm going to pop Jess's up here. And I know Jess, I think, felt the same way about her page. Like she likes it and she's happy it's done, but she's not, like, she doesn't love it. Um, I love her page. I think it looks great because, like, that she has a lot of purple in there too, and my favorite color is purple. So when I saw her page, I was like, oh my god, look at all the purple. But yes, she did a great job. I love all the purple, and I especially love her background. I definitely like her background more than I like mine. I like how it has that gradient and goes from the outer edges inward and gets lighter. I think it's just a nice color combination, and I think it looks good. So it looks great, Jess. Um, I had fun doing this buddy with you, and I look forward to our buddy in April. So that was the 3 of coins. And then the last page I did in here was this one. So I started with the 5 of coins. And again, this went towards the Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt and the prompt of dragon. And I wanted to make my dragon pop and stand out. But I also wanted to try to incorporate colors from the page. The 6 of coins wasn't colored yet, but these 2 were done. So I tried to pull colors from here over to this side. So I decided to do my dragon, the teal bluey kind of color. And because I wanted him to be the focus point, I decided to do this building in the background more muted. Like, I think I used like cool grays and French grays on it. And because it's a night sky, I made my windows are light. And I pulled a lot of the colors from the 8 of coins over to the balloons. So we have the teal blue, and we have this like burgundy, like deep reddish burgundy, and the orange and the yellow. And yeah, I wasn't sure what to do with these clouds. I didn't want to do them gray, but so I kind of tried to make them like a pinky purple in hopes that it would kind of blend in, maybe. I mean, it's okay. I'm not like wowed by it, but I'm happy with it. So yeah, so I finished that, and then this one, like I said before, was not done, and I couldn't just leave it blank because I figured, well, I'm here, I may as well, and I have all the pencils out, so I just started with this one and brought all the colors into this so that it would look, or at least hope that it would look cohesive with all of the other illustrations on the page. So yeah, I like that the 2 pages together now are complete. So that was my 5 of coins. And that was it for Kawaii Tarot by Lulu Mayo. Okay, the next one, this is a larger book, which I don't think I'll fit the whole thing in, but this is Disney Betrayals by Hatchet Heroes. And the first page that I did in here was a forever whip. I can't even tell you how long it was a whip. It was like definitely over a year. And I do belong to a Disney Pixar group where we choose a Disney and a Pixar movie every month to color. And the Pixar movie for the month was A Bug's Life. And I figured this is the perfect opportunity to get this whip done. And so that's what I did. We colored Princess Ada. I believe all I had done her, or at least got color and based her, and I had the blue background done, and it looked like a hot mess because it was pretty much just color on there. Some areas were shaded, some weren't. It was a mess. So I went back in and tried to blend and finish those areas up first. And then, because these look like leaves to me and like a leaf tiara, I guess you can call it, I wanted to bring that green into the page. So I figured I would do this border, the border frame, I would bring green in. And then I brought it into these smaller areas down here. I knew that all of my flowers, I wanted to be like a soft pink. So I did that with the flowers. And then I figured I need at least one more color. I wanted something like brighter and to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. So I went with yellow, which we have the yellow in the center there. And I figured I'd do the outlines of the frame, the yellow. And then for these areas, I did the one yellow, but I wanted to bring more of the blue over here. So that's why I did the outer frame of these small areas blue. But yes, I like how it all came together. I am so happy that it is no longer a whip. And I got it done for the coloring group. So that was the first page I did in here. And then I really enjoyed it. And I just wanted to continue coloring. So I was looking for another page, and there is a hashtag Color Disney Characters 26, which is hosted by Jamie at Finding Joy in Color and Julianne at Julianne and at Art. And they pick 4 prompts, or 4 Disney characters for each month. And the villain that they chose for March was Prince John. And I found a Prince John page in here. And I said, let's just go for it. And hopefully it doesn't become a whip. And it didn't. I completed it. And I am very happy. I used Prismacolor pencils, gold Pentel Sparkle Pop, and some white Posca. So, the only thing I'm not thrilled with on this page is the blue background. I feel like I could have probably spent a little bit more time, or taken a little bit more time in doing the background with shading. But I think at that point, I think I was layering the pencil by too much. And after a while, like I just couldn't layer and really like get a good blend with it anymore. So it's okay. I'm not the happiest with it, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, the gold Pentel Sparkle Pop is, I don't know if maybe the camera picked it up. These little areas around his crown. And I think that was it. Yeah, that was the only area I put the Sparkle Pop. But I am very happy that I was able to complete the page for that hashtag, and it is not a whip. I have no more whips in this book, so super, super excited about that. And it's another page done, and it was fun. I really forgot how much I do truly enjoy coloring in this book, so I'm hoping to, I don't know if I will color in it every month, because there are pages where it can be quite a lot, but I do definitely want to consider pulling out and finding pages more often than I have been. But yes, those are the 2 pages that I completed now in Disney Retrails by Hatchet Heroes. Okay, then I have Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Roseannes, and this is a project book and buddy color with my wonderful friend Steve at the Coloring Commander, and he chose the page for March, And he chose Little Red Riding Hood. And I'm pretty happy with this page. I did enjoy it. I had a lot of fun coloring it. What did I use on it? I based it with the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer. And then for shading, I used the Albrecht Dürer Dry, and I also used Prismacolor pencils. For the background sky, I used Faber-Castell Soft Pastels, and then there's some white Posca. Nothing shiny, glittery, anything like that. But yeah, I had fun with this page. At first, I started off with all the trees and then moved to the greenery, which the greenery kind of drove me a little bit crazy. Just because there was so much, and trying to look at the page and determine, okay, what's what, just because it's so incredibly detailed. I had to kind of start and stop every now and then again, but I'm pretty happy with how I tried to make the green. I don't want to say I made it pop, but I guess I'm happy with it not just being like, I was worried that it was going to be like, just look like green blobs with no definition, but I'm happy with the definition that it does have. So, yeah. And then as far as our wolf here, I wasn't sure what color to go with. First, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do a brown wolf, or like a brown and a cream wolf, or kind of make them like different. But with the ground being brown and all the trees, I thought that would be too much brown and I'd get sick of brown and I wouldn't like it. So I opted for the gray. And I think he turned out okay. I am not the best when it comes to coloring fur. And I think that's part of the reason why some pages, you know, like I really want to color, I shy away from, because it's an animal with fur and I'm like, yeah, nope, not going there. But this was the page that Steve picked, and I have to do it if it's our project book and we want to get the pages done, right? So I had to suck it up and just go for it. And overall, I think it's okay. Thankfully, Kirby puts in so many details, and like it's easy to figure out, kind of like the shadow areas and whatnot. But yeah, I wouldn't say that it's like stunning or perfect in any way, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So, but yes, that is my page, and I'm going to move mine to the side, and I'm going to try to pop up Steve's page here. And Steve did a fantastic job as always on his page, and he went for the brown wolf, which is cool. I love it. That's again the great thing about Buddy Colors is, you know, kind of seeing the finished results and how different somebody's take on a picture could be. But yeah, I got my gray wolf. He has his brown wolf, so perfect. I love it. I had fun with this one. So thank you, Steve, for choosing this page and buddy coloring with me. And I'm looking forward to our next page for April. Well, it's a double, so it's going to be April and May, but I'll get to that in my coloring plans. But yes, this was the page that is completed out of Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Roseanne's. Then, okay, another project book and buddy color I have is in Joanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. And this book I work on with my beautiful friend Jeanne at BoBeanie Creates. And the page that we decided on for March was this, I'm calling it the Spring Flower Wall. It's this double page spread of flowers and vines. And I think for both of us. It was one of those pages in the book that it's like, oh, like we're kind of dreading to do. Like we're not really a huge fan of it, but in order to get the book completed, those, you know, you got to work on those pages. So, we decided on this one. And I thought it was nice because it's a bunch of flowers and I just, again, it's spring and I wanted to go for that spring vibe. So I initially started off my page with all of the leaves and the vines, and did my greens. Oh wait, what did I use? I used Black Widow pencils and Prismacolor pencils for all of the leaves and the flowers. And then the background, I used an acrylic, the Guangna acrylic paintbrush, and there is Silver Pentel Sparkle Pop in white Posca. So again, I started with the leaves, knew, okay, I'm going to do them green. And then I moved to the flowers, and I knew I wanted like light. I figured I was going to do probably the center of the flowers yellow, so that's where my yellow would come in. And as far as like spring colors, I was kind of going for like kind of like pink or like a pinky purple, and I wanted a blue or try to incorporate like a purple blue, I guess. And I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Tried to move the colors around and, you know, to each flower and kind of make it even. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up or if to bring you closer, but oh, there you go. You could see the Pentel Sparkle Pop. It was like almost an extra like outline around the entire picture. So that all got outlined with Pentel Sparkle Pop, which took me forever. So, but I like how it turned out. And like that, I saved the background for last. That also took forever going in with the acrylic paint marker. But like that, I found a really nice, soft, like light pink mauve kind of color, and I thought it would be perfect for this page, so I went with it. And I'm very happy with the color palette and super excited that it's now a double page, which is complete, and we're headed towards our goal of finishing the book. But I am going to pop Jeannie's page up here, and Jeannie did a fantastic job. I love that she went with the bright, bold colors of her flowers, and to me, it just screams like spring. I get like spring summer vibes looking at her page. I love it. I love it, love it. She did a fantastic job. So thank you, Jeannie, for doing this double with me, and I am looking very forward to our page for April. And that again is Rooms of Wonder by Joanna Basford. The next book I have is Meine Reise durch Africa, which I probably just totally butchered, but My Journey Through Africa, My Walk Through Africa, something like that. You know what I'm talking. It's the Africa book by Rita Berman. We'll just leave it at that. And I did 2 pages in here, and both were buddy colors with my beautiful friend Sherry Dennewitz. She is here on Instagram. She's on Instagram. And we chose 2 pages. The first page is this dragonfly page. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm not all that thrilled with this page. I mean, I'm happy it's done. It's a beautiful illustration. What did I use on this? I used Prismacolor pencils, Languo gel pens, Pebbles Classic chalk pastels, and Gold Pentel Sparkle Pop. And I like the illustration, but I was just almost baffled with a color palette. I did not know where to start or where I wanted to go with it. I wanted to try I mean, looking at it, I knew I was going to do all of the flowers one color. And I thought about trying to steer away from like my traditional greens and go for something a little brighter, or like a bluey kind of green, I guess you could say. And I mean, I guess it works, but I'm not wowed by it. I'm like, all right, yeah, it's different, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not liking it. I don't know why. Um, and then for the flowers, I felt like, okay, I want pink. So I kind of went with, I didn't want like a bright in your face pink. I wanted more of like a softer, muted kind of pink, I guess you could say, which I think I achieved. And then I thought I would bring that over into the dragonfly. So I made the body obviously darker and then added lighter shades of it in the wings. But I wanted another color in the wings. And I didn't want to add that bluey greeny color. So I went with like a blue teal kind of. It looks more blue than it does teal. And again, I'm like, like not thrilled. I don't know. And then once that all came together, I wanted a background. I didn't want to leave it plain. So I taped it off so I'd have some type of a border. And then went in with the chalk pastels. I didn't want a bright blue, and I didn't want to go pinks or yellows or anything like that. So I went with, again, a more muted kind of blue and was trying to get the effect of, going from darker and lighter into the center. And yeah, not happy with it. I really could have probably spent more time shading or getting more of a better blend than what's here. But I think by that point, I was just so done with the page because I didn't have any real direction that, like, I wasn't wowed by the page. So I just, yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's not absolutely horrible, but it's not one of those pages I love. But that's okay. I will bring it closer and hopefully the camera will pick up. Oh, there's some of the pencil sparkle pop in the wings and on the dragonfly itself and the sun and the stars. So yeah, I like the shine, like the glittery shine. But yes, that was our dragonfly page. I am going to put mine to the side and I'm going to pop Sherry's up here. And Sherry did a fantastic job on her page. I love her background. I think it's bright and happy, and I love the colors of her dragonfly, like a purple, blue, tealy kind of color. She did a fantastic job on her page. So thank you again, Sherry, for doing this page with me. And then we finish this, and then we'll go to I like this page. I like the next page we did. The next page that we decided to do in here was the hippo page. And is this not cute? Look at this adorable hippo. For the hippo page, I used Prismacolor pencils, chalk pastels, Language gel pens, gold pencil, sparkle pop. And for me, I knew I was going to do my hippo gray with, like, pink areas. The water was going to be blue, but I wanted colors that would kind of pop. I knew the water droplets would be blue and this background would be blue. So I figured, okay, like a really hot, like bright pink would make it pop. And I wasn't sure about like the background sky, but then I thought, well, yellow, I'll do it almost like a sunset or sunrise kind of, whatever. And I think that just really makes it pop. I decided to do all the birds. I didn't want to do them pink, and I didn't want to do them blue because there's so much blue on the page. So I went for like a purpley blue with like a lighter purple. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I used the Lengo gel pens on all the rain in the background. And the Pentel Sparkle Pop is on this little heart right here and then around the border. So again, I'll bring you closer just in case the camera wasn't picking it up. But yes, super, super cute page. I very much enjoyed this page more so than the Dragonfly page. But I'm going to move mine over and I'm going to pop Sherry's up. And Sherry's hippo is adorable. I love that she did a pink hippo and the yellow in it and the bright colors and the pink and the yellow, and it just makes it pop. And I love it. I smile. It just makes me smile. Every time I look at it, I smile. So, Sherry, you did an amazing job. Thank you again for the buddy color, and I look forward to our April buddy color. So, yes, 2 pages out of Rita Berman's Africa book. Then we come to Les Grands Colours Disney Petite Poupée. Probably butchered that too. This was another forever whip. I am so happy, guys, that I am finally getting, every month I think I've gotten at least one, if not more, whips done. So very, very happy with that. But this one is Snow White. Snow White was my forever whip. I think the only thing I had done was Snow White herself. Everything else was not touched. So, and I think it took me so long and it remained a whip because I wasn't sure what to do. Like, I knew I was going to make the deer brown, and I knew that I wanted the birds to be some type of a blue, and the hearts were going to be red and pink, but I didn't know what to do with the background of the hearts, and I did not know what to do with this frame. So I pretty much came in and finished off the deer and the birds and the hearts. And again, still couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with this. So I said, you know what? We're just going to keep it a very limited color palette. And we're going to continue on with the reds, the pinks, and the blues. So that's what I did. And then I decided to put like a cloud sky type of background behind the hearts. Excuse me. So that's pretty much how I finished it, and I'm happy with it. I am happy that it is finally complete and no longer a whip, and I can move on in this book. So again, that was Snow White. Okay, what did I do next? Okay. The next page I have to share is out of Coloring Heaven Collection Tiny Year by Agotapop. And this is, I guess you could say it's kind of like my own little project book. I've been doing, I want to do the tinies on shelves every month and hopefully complete the year. And then going back in 2027, I can go back and do all of the following pages of like the smaller items. So, but for March, I did the March tinies on shelves. And I had fun with it. Really did not know at first where I was going with it. I knew I wanted it to be like springy colors, but for some reason, just, I don't know. I opened it and looked at it and saw March, and I just automatically thought like St. Patrick's Day. And so I started just with like green, and I didn't want all that green. Like, I really am not happy with how I did this banner and made all of it green. And then I should have maybe changed it and made like each banner a different color. And yeah, I don't know. again, not thrilled with it, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. Tried to bring in, like I'd choose a color, like, you know, the blue for M, and then I tried to bring that color down throughout the page and kind of spread the colors around, which I think I achieved. I think they're pretty spread out, and yeah. What did I use on the page? I used Prismacolor pencils, chalk pastels, white Posca, and some Sparkle Pop, which the Sparkle Pop is on like the book bindings, a little bit on the birdhouses, and yeah, not a whole lot, just little bits here and there, but not really thrilled with my background. I know I wanted it to be light because I just figure like spring and airy and like flowers and I don't know. But yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's all right. It's cute. And it's page done. So, like I said, can't like them all, right? So, yes, it's page complete for March in Tiny Year by Agoda Pop. Then I came back to my small Disney portraits, and I did two pages in here. And again, these pages were chosen for the Color Disney Characters 26, hosted by Jamie at Finding Joy in Color and Julianne at Julianne at Art. And I showed you the Prince John, that was the villain. And then they had chosen, the other three characters were Simba, Baymax, and Jasmine. I think the only one I did not get done for the hashtag was Jasmine. But we have my Simba here. He, I think, came out super cute. I really enjoyed him. This was pretty fast color. I used Prismacolor pencils, Guangna acrylic marker for the blue background, grabby glitter markers, and some white Posca. And so the glitter markers are on this gold border around here and the ladybugs. I don't know if they'll shine. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the shine there. But yes, they all got shinies. But yes, super, and it didn't really take long, and I really, really enjoyed working on Simba. I'm really happy with how he turned out. So yes, that was the one character, Simba, and the other one was Baymax. And I found him, and I'm happy I got this one done. This, I don't think would be, like, if I was just flipping through the book, I wouldn't necessarily stop and be like, hey, I'm going to color him. So it was cool that he was a character or, you know, a prompt, and I found him here, and it's another page I can get done and closer to completing this book, hopefully one day. But yeah, he didn't take much time either. I mean, he's typically white. Tried to give him a little bit of shading with gray. And then for all of these, I had to Google them to remember what colors they were. So I pretty much just colored them each of what color they are. And yeah, I think it's bright and it pops and it makes him pop. And yeah, it's another page done that I wouldn't have normally chosen to just color on my own. So it's perfect. That was Baymax. And again, what did I use? I just, Prismacolor pencils. Pretty much it. So yes, those were the two out of Disney portraits. I showed you Prince John already. Okay. The next book I worked in is Mythographic Color and Discover Cosmic Spirit by Fabiana Attanasio. And I worked on, I'm hitting the camera. I worked on the Pisces page. And this I colored for the hashtag Mythographic Collective, which is hosted by Colorful Mother of Three and Lauren Reed Colors. And I believe every month they choose a mythographic book and a page from that book. But I believe they also give 4 prompts So I guess if you don't have that book or you don't want to color that page, you can look for the prompts and color those. But this was an untouched book for me, so I really wanted to color in it, and I really wanted to follow the hashtag and color the pages and the books that they've chosen, but I've just, in the past couple of months, have run out of time every month, so I'm really, really happy that I was finally able to participate in their hashtag. So yes, I did this Pisces page. And I used Ohuhu alcohol markers, which was just this blue background. I knew I wanted it to be like a dark blue. And then everything else is Prismacolor pencil, Posca, Pentel Sparkle Pop, and Stickles. So initially, like that, I did the blue background, and then I did all of the leaves. And then for the two fish, I did not know what I wanted to do. First, I'm thinking, okay, orange. Like an orangey, ready color. But I always typically go and color fish orange, and I was like, no, I'm not feeling the orange. And then I figured, okay, thinking about like Pisces and the colors associated with Pisces, I was like, purple. We have to have purple. But I wasn't, then I'm thinking, oh, do I do like a purple fish and an orange fish? Or do I do two purple fish? Or like, I just didn't know what color to go with. And then I started thinking like maybe pinks and oranges. So I kind of first started off with like an orangey peachy color. And then I said, okay, no, we're definitely not doing all orange. We need another color. So I wanted to go in with kind of a pink. Like I wanted it to look almost like a burgundy dark pink, but something that would contrast and go nicely with the orange, if that makes sense. I really don't know how to explain it. I mean, I'm happy with it. Again, not thrilled, like wow, look at that. But I mean, it's okay. But I'm happy. And then like that, I just wanted to bring in, I knew I was doing the crystals and the center area here, purple. And then I didn't know what to do for the flowers, so I just went with a lighter pink. And yeah, a lot of the stars are done with the Pentel Sparkle Pop. I did the bubbles, tried to incorporate different colors into the bubbles, and the stickles are on some of these smaller stars and in the center of the flowers. Or, yeah, I don't know if it'll pick up. Maybe, maybe not. Sparkly, shiny. There you go. But yeah, overall, I am pretty happy with the page. Again, not a wow factor, but it was an untouched book, and I was able to participate in the hashtag, so I'm pretty happy with it. So yes, that is my Pisces page from Mythographic Cosmic Spirit by Fabiana Atanasio. Then, Then we have this book. This is A Trip Around Fairy Tales with Small Friends in the Forest by Sayuri Kobayashi. And this was another very long-term whip, which I am happy to have now completed. And it is this page. And this page was perfect for completing for Jordy Colours' Color the Fairy Tales, because for March, the fairy tale was The Enormous Turnip, which we have here. And I think I started it, and the only thing I had done on it was these leaves. And when I opened it to say, okay, let's color this and finish it, I was not happy with how the leaves were looking. They looked like a hot mess. So I tried to go in, I was erasing, and then I was going back in and trying to fix the color, and not thrilled with it, but it looks, in my opinion, it looks better than it did when I first started. So it's a plus. And then I went in and did my turnip. What did I use on this? Prismacolor pencils, chalk pastels, gold pencil, sparkle pop, and white gel pen. So the pastels I used, I did a cloudy background sky, and the ground are all in the pastels. And then for my characters, wasn't really sure what colors I wanted to go with. I think I started with the bunny. I knew that I wanted her to be like a really like light brown color. And so I went with like a rosy kind of pink for her. And then the squirrel, I know I wanted her yellow and gave her a little matching hat. And then for this guy, I couldn't decide on a color for his outfit. I knew he was going to be gray. Couldn't decide on an outfit. So then I kind of jumped over him and went to the bird. And I knew I wanted the bird to be blue. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, should I do his pants blue? And I wanted to like incorporate blue into like all these guys. So it kind of, like all went together nicely. So I did the blue pants with the hat for him, made the bird blue, and then made his hat blue, and then made his hat brown, and figured, okay, where else can I bring down the brown here? So I made his little vest and the rim of his hat brown, and then gave him a lighter blue top. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the color choices for these little characters here. But more importantly, I'm excited that it's no longer a whip and it is a page done, and I was able to participate in the hashtag. So that is the page completed. Again, from A Trip Around Fairy Tales with Small Friends in the Forest. The next page I have is from Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Agusa. And the page that I did in here is this one. And I'm calling it Sweet Pea Piggies. And I colored this page for the hashtag Piggies for Piggy for Joe at Piggy Pens. And it was hosted by JI Colours and Holly Berry Colours. And yeah, I decided on this one. And initially looking at it, when I started, I really wasn't sure as to what kind of color palette I wanted to go for. I knew obviously my pigs were going to be like a peachy, pinky kind of color. And the leaves and the peas obviously are going to be green. Tried to do different greens to kind of make them all not look totally the same. And then it came to these flowers and I had no clue. So I Googled sweet pea flowers and there were a bunch of images that came up, but I found one image that called out to me and that I absolutely loved. And it was like this pinky, purpley color with like a lighter, going into like a lighter purple, I guess is the best way I can describe it. I wish I saved the picture. I would have popped it up here so you could see it. It was a really pretty flower, and I said, that's what I want to do. So I tried my best to get the colors right. But I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. And I think it helps just make things pop. And I brought the colors down here to one umbrella, and then I figured, okay, I need a color for the blanket. And I didn't want to make it all those colors, so I went for something a little lighter and that I think would go well with those colors. So it's like a goldy yellow, and brought that into the umbrella. And then just did the rest of the ladder and the wheel, the bucket and the shower head with all wood and like metal accents. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this page. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It turned out better than I originally thought it would turn out. And did I tell you what I used? I used Prismacolor pencils, soft pastels, and white Posca. Yeah, that was it. I'm happy with it. and it's my first page colored in this book, and I'm really, I've been wanting to get to this book for the longest, and I just haven't, and I've run out of time, and I just forget to pull it off the shelf. But now I got that one done, and I'm looking through it, there are so many more pages I want to color, and I'm really excited, and I flagged, I think, 1 or 2 for April, so yeah, we might be seeing this book again. But again, Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Agusa. And then the last page I have is Capybara Cuties by Rob Parkinson, and I only got 1 page done in here. Typically, I try to do 2 or 3, but I was running out of time, and this was like the end of the month. So I did this Flower Cuties page. That's what I'm calling it, the Flower Cuties. And again, just wanted to, thinking of spring, just wanted to incorporate like happy, light spring colors. So I went with your pinks and yellows and purples and blues. And there is, all I used on this was Ohuhu alcohol markers and some white Posca for accents. There is no shiny sparkly, which I know is unusual for me, and especially in this book because I usually add it somewhere on the page. But yeah, I kept it very simple and straightforward with just markers and some white accents. But I love them. I think they're adorable, and it's a nice, bright, happy spring page. So I'll be working, or hope to work in this book again in April, and hopefully can do more than just 1 page, but we'll see. But that's that one. Then the last thing I have to show you is bookmarks. I colored 7 bookmarks, and Jess at Colouring.Bumblebee did a live stream. She had a bookmark bonanza. And I have to say, when she first announced that she was going to be doing it, I got so excited because I have so many of these bookmark books. I order mine from, I've gotten the majority of them from Lyrica. I think you can find some of them on Amazon, but majority of mine came from Lyrica. And my thoughts were, okay, I'm going to try to color bookmarks and use them as my, page flags. And I think so far I've colored maybe 2 or 3 in the last year or 2. Not really, not really coloring as much as I thought I would be coloring. But when she had this bookmark bonanza or announced it, I was like, oh, this is perfect. Perfect opportunity to dive into these. And so I immediately pulled them all down and started going through them and pulling out ones that I really wanted to color. Did not get to all of them, but I got 7 of them done. So some of them are ones that she also colored, but I think I was way behind her because I remember that day there's a 5-hour, I believe it's 5, or sometimes it's 4, but I believe it was 5-hour difference between here and there in the UK. So by the time I actually woke up and sat down, turned on the computer, was drinking my coffee, it was already like noon or 1 o'clock there. And I saw it popped up on the screen. I was like, oh crap. I totally forgot today's the book bonanza day. So I went on, and I think by the time I got on to her live stream, she was already like 3 or 4 bookmarks done. Like, figures it's Jess. Of course, she's going to have 3 or 4 done already. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to watch and wake up, and I'll start, in a little bit. And I was in and out for the rest of the day, but I pretty much went through all the ones that I wanted to do and based them. I based all of them in alcohol markers. And then the following day, I went in and did shading and adding, the sparkle and the shine and, the fun stuff. But I think we did pull a few of the same. So out of the Disney ABC, I know she did these 2. We have Gus Gus and Olaf, and they are super cute. Gus Gus was one of my less favorites. I'm happy with how he turned out, but like the leg of the table and the background, I guess like wall and the floor, I couldn't, it was baffling me. I was like, I really don't want to do this. So I kind of just left it. But I did put the gold pencil sparkle pop. The camera will pick it up. Yeah, there you go. On the G and the little emblem here. And I'm happy with how Gus Gus turned out. He's super cute. It's the only mouse I like. Well, I mean, I like Mickey. Mickey and Gus Gus, that's about it. But yeah, so that one got done. And then I turned and I did Olaf. And I made the O like a mirror. Put the glitter pencil sparkle pop up there on that. And then knew that this was going to be like brown, like a wood looking kind of thing. And decided I wanted my wall to be bright. So I made it like this slimy, like a limey, yellow kind of color, I guess I was going for. I don't know. And then because he has orange in his nose, I figured I would carry down some orange into the books. And then I just wanted like bright pop of color. So I went with like a really kind of magenta, kind of pink, and a tealy blue. So yeah, I'm happy with how Olaf turned out. So those were two that I did from that one. And then I moved on to this one. This is the Petite Poupée. And I think this is my favorite one out of all the bookmark books I have. So I did 3. So I know Jess, I believe, had Tinkerbell done. She did this one. And for mine, again, everything's based in alcohol markers. Obviously did Tinkerbell and all the leaves green. Went with a lighter blue background and then came in doing like a, I guess like almost like a stippling effect with all around with darker blues and then some white Posca. And then if the camera picks up, I don't know if you could see the stickles on her wings. She's very stickly, glittery, shiny. Yay! It makes me so happy. But yes, a little bit in her hair and on the wings, and there's some silver pencil sparkle pop on these strandy things coming from her dress and on her little pom-poms. But yes, pretty happy with how she turned out. Then I love Belle. Belle is one of my favorite princesses, so I had to color Belle with all of her books. And again, just wanted to go for more of a simple limited color palette. So I knew I was going to do her dress blue and the little bird. So then I brought that blue into some of the books and then just tried to bring in like yellows, greens, pinks, and purples and alternate them all. And there is gold pencil sparkle pop on the book bindings, which, yeah, the camera's picking that up. And then went for like a nice soft peachy, it's like a peachy pink, I guess, background. But yeah, I like how she turned out. I'm very happy with Belle. She was fun. And then I had to choose Dopey because who doesn't love Dopey? Look how cute he is. The only sparkle on him is on his little buttons and his belt here, the pencil sparkle pop. But yeah, he was fun. I absolutely adore Dopey. He's super cute. Was gonna go for the traditional like red mushrooms, but figured no, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go for like an orangey red or an orange color. So it works. At least I think it does. I'm happy with it. So there were those 3. So now I have a total of 5. And then I decided to work out of the Disney babies. And I did one from here, and that would be Nemo. Because who doesn't love Nemo? And I thought, oh, this should be quick and easy. So again, everything is alcohol marker, and I used pencil to go over some of the vines. Some of it has like these shiny bits of the little algae or whatever it is. Seaweed is done with Arteza, yeah, an Arteza glitter gel pen. And that's the only sparkle on him. But he was fun to do. He's cute. Little Nemo. And then that's 6. And then the last one, which I think Jess also did this one, is Rapunzel. I love this book too. I think the mini portraits book and the petite poupée book are the two that I go to first when I want to color a bookmark, or I'm looking to color a bookmark. So those are my 2 favorites so far. But yes, I did Rapunzel and kept her very, very, very simple. You know, the blonde hair, the purple on her outfit, or what bits are showing of it. And then I thought I would just mix up the darker and the lighter purples in the flowers and do like a very light muted border, background. And then, I don't know if the camera will pick it up and show you, but there is Silver Pencil Sparkle Pop in the center of all the flowers. Just to give it that itty bitty little bit of shine. Not overwhelming, but, you know, something. Some kind of shine or sparkle, because you all know I love shine and sparkle. And yeah, that was it. Those are the 7 bookmarks from that I tried to participate and partake in with Jess's bookmark bonanza. And Jess, if you're watching this, you need to, no, you have to, you don't need, you have to have another bookmark bonanza very soon, because that, I absolutely love that, and it was so much fun. So yes, more bookmarks. I'm on like a bookmark kick now. I'm ready to go and do more bookmarks. But yes, that is now it, guys. That is all of my bookmarks and my pages that I completed for March. What would be my favorite? I don't know, actually. All right, if I have to choose right now, I think my Piggies for Piggy in Symphony of Cute Animals is my favorite. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking this is my favorite for the month. Because it was the end of the month and I wanted to get it done, so I felt rushed, but I didn't feel like I took my time with it. And I'm happy with the color palette, and I think it's limited, but I think I was able to move it around and spread it throughout the page nicely, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to say that is my favorite page. So I would love to know what your favorite page is that I colored. Please let me know. Feel free to leave it in a comment down below. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I've got. So I hope you enjoyed your time here and seeing all of the pages and bookmarks that I colored for March. And yeah, I still have to record and put up my April coloring plans video, so that will be the next one that I talk to you and see you in. So until then, I hope you're all doing well and you have a great month. And thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.